My name is Vasillis, I'm 47 years old and I'm from Greece. I came to UK looking for work. I was homeless for about 4 or 5 weeks before I went to in churches. Okay, the experience is really bad, it's really hard. On the street, you can't cover from cold, you can't clean yourself. Okay, food, you can't eat. It's everything, the basic things. I had a major surgery. I had hernia, but it was really bad. I almost died. It took me 6-7 months to recover. Okay, the job I had then was a 0-hour contract, so I had no income. I spent my savings, and at some point I got homeless. I was waking up wherever I was sleeping, I'd sleep for 2-3 hours, and started walking around to spend the day. After the storm started, I started going to BRI just to get shelter from the rain. That was my day. There was a nurse there, she saw me one day, saw me the second, saw me the third. She took an interest, she started asking me what happened. And she spent about 7 hours, 8 hours calling people, trying to find a solution for me. And that's how I found the churches. She was my guardian angel.
This bloody house, doesn't it? You've got to give me more jobs. Stay in the house, I'll work for the It's gonna fall.
So I first met Vasillis when he was a guest at our winter shelter programme in 2019 going into 2020, and he'd probably tell you the story better than I would, but he'd fallen through the cracks. He'd been in hospital. As a result of being in hospital, he lost his job. As a result of losing his job, he lost his accommodation. So he joined our winter shelter programme, and over a few weeks he was coming here on a fairly regular basis to see Paul, our welfare officer at the time, and he was adamant that he wanted to come and volunteer for us, which he started to do, I believe, in February 2020. And then into March, and we went into the first lockdown, the first serious lockdown due to COVID. And he was volunteering for us, and he was literally volunteering 5 days a week, and his help was invaluable.
The first day I went to winter shelters, they I had a warm welcome, a nice warm food, warm coffee, warm drink. I could wash myself. I slept in a bed after a long time. It made you feel really alive again and starting gaining hope since day one.
If people donated £1 to in churches, we gave back the value of £16, and a lot of that is down to the volunteers that we have that make the, you know, if this was a statutory service, it would be a very expensive service to run, but because we garner the support of so many wonderful volunteers that we make a donation of £1 worth £16.
Sometimes, because the space is really tight, accidents happen, things are spilling, things are falling, fluid is everywhere. Okay, we have a big deduction at the end of the month. But okay, things like that happen, we have to deal with it. There's no point of, like, literally crying over spilled milk. Okay, bring some flowers, some eggs.
Jesus said, "The poor you'll always have with you," and I think it's the pandemic has shown that poverty was a massive issue before the pandemic came along, and I think it's heightened it, and it's even worse now. What we're looking is to try and move people on from the food banks. So we've developed a model called Food Savers, and the idea is that it promotes dignity, it promotes financial inclusion, it promotes behaviour change by getting people to save, and it's empowering as well because people can choose what they want to eat. So there's a lot of pressure on the food banks at the moment to be able to provide food for people. There's been a lot of free food given out in the city, like thousands of tonnes. So a lot of people have become dependent on the free food aspect of things. But ultimately, you know, after 10 years of austerity, there is a lot of poverty around.
I would describe myself as passionate, hot-headed, and eager. If I could give an advice to other people in need, is go ask for help, because you have to find a way out of this situation. I really think in church saved my life at that point.